AI. So we are going to do the both of them simultaneously, AI and along with the ML. Both of them we are going to do simultaneously in this. Now, so here what are the ML and AI? And we are going to do the AI on weekdays. On your weekdays, what are the weekdays you are having? On weekdays, we are going to do that is nothing but Monday to Friday, and we are going to have the ML only on Saturdays. Okay, only on Saturdays, no need of Sunday, only Saturdays. Okay, so Saturday we'll have the ML classes. Done? This is the first point. Next, coming to the AI and ML, what is the common point is here ML and AI, both of them. In the AI, advanced AI is Gen AI and Agentic AI. First, we are going to start with the AI basics and slowly we'll enter into the Gen AI topic. Okay, so Sunday we are not having the class, just only on the Saturdays. ML on Saturdays. So from here, 8 weekends it is going to take. Okay, so eight weekends. 8 weekends will be there. That is 8 Saturdays. We are going to complete the ML. Okay, what are the required ML stuff will be there by this Friday in our regular class will be completed, and from the Saturday automatically you'll understand the regular ML class related to that. What is that? All these things you'll understand in the today's class itself. Okay, in the next few minutes you'll understand. So we are going to have the Saturdays 8 sessions will be there. Sorry, 8 Saturdays will be there, and what are your regular classes then? Huh? So now from here exactly 2 months. Within the 2 months, that is by end of the October, by end of your September and October first week, maximum October first week, your batch will be completed. So from now it will take approximately 10 weeks your course. So 10 weeks means in this week almost we are having the 5 weeks is available. For next 2 months we'll have the 4 weeks. Almost we are having the 9 weeks in these 2 months only. So most probably in the October first week, your batch will be completed. Right? Now, coming to the first, let us understand all these things and let us discuss what is our course of action and everything. And the basics are completed. What are the till the data pre-processing last class we have completed. With that, entire prerequisites of AI and ML is completed. The prerequisites is over. Now you can understand the ML and AI topic, theory along with the practical. Till now, if I go from the day one itself, ML classes, theory might be clear, but practical will not be clear because for practical of ML, we require the clean data. We require the encoded data. So if I have to show you from the day one onwards the practical section of ML, I have to take the clean data or encoded data only. I can't take the unclean data. Unclean data, if I take, I have to explain what is outliers, what is duplicates, what is that, what is this. I have to explain all these things, which you cannot understand in initial days. Now you know what is that and how to clean them and in which case which one has to be applied, what are the possibilities are there, every option we have discussed. And in that, one of the option will be applicable in the project. Every option will not be applicable in every project. Relevant option will be applicable in the project, right? Any one of the option. Either will replace or will remove. Both will not do. Either we are going to transform the data. Either any one type of encoding will be done. All types of encoding will not be done. We have discussed all the types because varieties of data sets will be there, varieties of projects will be there, right? Now, coming to next one is called as ML and AI. In the ML and AI or AI and ML, the common point is what? Is nothing but predictive analytics. Okay, here basically predictive analytics. Okay, now what is meant by predictive analytics means we are going to predict. We are going to predict or estimate. Okay, we are going to predict or estimate. Okay, the future data. We are going to predict or estimate the future data. Future data based on past. Based on the past data. Whatever the past data, it was trained. Based on the past data, which was trained.
Okay, uncle. Thank you, uncle.
Okay, I'll explain with a small example this one. How we are going to estimate or something on the future data. For example, okay, what is the price? what is the price of this building? This building or your building? Honest students, you are staying in one building now. What is the price of that building? What are the price? Some building you are staying. What is the price of the building? Now, if you ask this question, for example, right now, what are the Naresh IT building we are staying? What is the price of this building, Miss? Naresh sir have never
अंदर
disclosed
बात
the
कीजिए
price. At what price he is going to
बाहर
sell
बात
this
कीजिए
building,
बाहर
never he will
आर्या
disclose. But if you ask any real estate mediator, not with a general student, if you ask the real estate experienced person, a real estate experienced person, he will estimate this building price. How he will estimate? Did he discuss with the Naresh sir this building price? Or he has know that exactly this is the equipment and this is the cost and he has seen any bills of this building? No, he has not done anything, but he will estimate that one. He will estimate. I'm saying that estimation only, not exact price, estimation. The experienced persons are going to do the estimation. How they are going to estimate? In this area, okay, what would be the prices of the house or any building, type of the building? So the price will be dependent. What are the price is there? The price is dependent on multiple parameters like spacing, okay, and number of floors of the building, whether it is what is the type of the building, whether it is a duplex house or whether it is commercial, and what is the rental yield for that particular building, and if it is house type means with infrana, without infrana, what is the infra inside that, and what is the cost in terms of per SFT in that area, per SFT, what is the cost generally for construction wise in that area, and second, per square yard, what is the price? So it is based on the multiple parameters, it will be dependent. Now here, this, for example, this building, what we are staying right now, if I say this building is northeast corner bit, northeast facing, with 300 square yards. Example, guys, I don't know. Randomly I'm writing. I also don't know. Okay. So with the 300 square yards, having G plus 5 floors, okay, G plus 5 floors, and with the rental yield of, you can get every month the rental of some 3 lakhs or 2 lakhs or something. What are the number? Generally, what would be the price of this one? If I ask any student what would be the price, miss, he will say that I don't know, sir. He don't know what is meant by square yard also. Some people in this class basically they don't know what is square yard. And second, some people don't know what is northeast facing and how the facing will be calculated. Whether we have to see from inside or from outside. Okay, many people doesn't know many things. Now they cannot predict. But if you ask an experienced real estate person, that too in this area, if you ask from Mumbai a real estate person and if you ask what is the Hyderabad Amirpet price, miss, he cannot predict. But if you ask the local person who is staying in Amirpet for last 10 years or 15 years and doing the real estate market, he can predict. Why? Because the entire data was in the brain. What is the difference to that person to us? The 15 years experience real estate mediator to us, what is the difference, miss? We are not having the other building prices in our brain. He is having the other building prices with other building, what is the generally, how the other buildings are there and their prices, everything he is having the idea. So that is the difference. If you are also having that idea, for example, there is a real estate mediator who has done, who are having the 15 years of experience. In his 15 years of experience, he has sold around 100 properties. Okay. Now, all these 100 properties he has shown to you in one day. Okay. He has shown you this one, and he has explained everything and he has told you the what is the price he has sold. Everything has explained the every parameter he has explained for you. Okay. Everything was completed. In one day only it was completed. Now you are also equal to your 15 years experienced person. Because whatever his knowledge is there, the same knowledge is in your brain also. If you have understood. If you have understood, what is the difference between you and me? Experience. What are the experience I am having in the Chennai? What are the projects I have done in the real time? And what is the real time exposure I am having? Same thing if you practice in the lab in a single day or 2 days only if you complete everything. You and me both are same. There is no difference. Absolutely, there is no difference. In my entire career, I have done 100 projects in AI. If you do all these 100 projects, what is the difference between you and me? It's nothing. Zero difference. The more the number of projects you do, the more the experience you gain. There is a reason. Right? So the more the buildings he sell, the more the experience he gets. Without selling or without having the knowledge on that, I want experience means experience is not based on the age, based on what all the knowledge they have acquired in that brain. Experience means knowledge on the brain. Right? Now, so here, what are this experienced person is going to estimate or anything on the future data based on the past. Sir, past data is not there, sir. Then how can estimate? That is called as random estimation. That is called as random. Okay, what would be the tomorrow's temperature? You don't know what city, you don't know anything. Just all the details I have not given. Nothing details I have given, anything I have without giving anything. Just I asked what is the temperature, miss. You can say 30, 31, 32, any number. Morning, evening, which city, which season, which month, what is the last 5 days temperature? Nothing you require. What is the temperature, miss? For that question, what is the answer? Random answer. Okay, so the prediction, what are the prediction we are going to make? The prediction in terms of based on the past. Observing the past data and based on that estimating the future only is called as predictive analytics. Right? Now, one more example. Like how I have told you the real estate tax and a general example, in the same way, general example of one more example is astrology. Now, some people will believe the astrology, some people will not believe the astrology. That is your independent choice. I'm not going to discuss on that. But what is the meaning of that, miss? Here, just without having the past knowledge, without what was happened, without having this kind of scenarios in the earlier people are having this one like this, without having that one, if you blindly estimate, right? That we call it as luck. Okay, but if you can show that, for example, now in this class, how many of you are not going to believe the astrology? Of course, I'm not going to say like Instagram app, open this app, I will not say that one. Example only, pure example. How many of you are not going to believe the astrology? Okay, multiple people are there, right? Now, whoever are not going to believe the astrology, for you, okay, if a person, not me, if a person, some XYZ person, and says exactly what happened last 2 years. He told you exactly what happened last 2 years, what happened. What happened in your life. You should not tell one point also. Just you have to tell what basic details, but you should not tell any detail of your family history or anything. Nothing you have to tell. But he has told you that what happened in last 2 years, exactly in the last 2 years, or more precisely in 2025. Sir, in 2025, January to December, what happened? Tell me, sir. And he has predicted something for you. This was happened, right? This was happened, right? This was happened, right? In this month, this was happened. If he has told 3 or 4 points, and in that 4 out of 4, every point is matching. Now, whether you will believe? Yes or no? If none of the point is matching, whether you will believe? Simple. That is only we call it as accuracy. Same logic. Just we are going to calculate the accuracy of the past data. This is accuracy of the future data or accuracy of the past data. What will happen 2027? For example, astrologer says me, hey, SRK, in 2027 you are going to start a new business, and in the 2028 you will get married, or in 2029 you will get to US or something he is saying. Okay, sir, you are saying so many things. What will happen? First, tell me what was happened. Forget about future. First, tell me past. 2025 what happened? 2024 what happened? Hey, how you can ask that question of assume, sir? Assume this is the year of 2023. How you have predicted in the year of 2026? What will happen 27, 28? Assume this is year of 2023. I came and meet you on the 2023 with the same basic details. Can't you predict 2024, 25? Logic is clear now? When I have came to you in 2026, I came to you. What you are predicting? You are predicting 2027 what will happen, 2028 what will happen. Since I came 2026, assume that I have came to you in 2023. This is year 2023. We are not in 2026. I am today 23. Assume this is the date. Now, based on this date, according to you, you have to predict what will happen in the next 2 years, right? So you have to predict 2024 and 25, right? Yes or no? When you are able to predict the next 2 years, in the year of 2023, you will not predict 24 and 25. Huh? Question is clear first. Now he has predicted this one perfectly. Assume. Now I will believe for 2027, 28 or not. He has not predicted this one correctly. Then I will say that why you are saying every day this astrology, this is the reason, sir. Your stage is this one, this is the reason. I'll say simple. Point is clear? Everyone? Yes or no? Point is what? We require the past accuracy. Before predicting on the future, we require the past accuracy. Accuracy we require means what is meant by accuracy? Accuracy means, for example, if I say about 2025, whether you will say that it was happened or not. How you can say that one? Because you have stayed in that life. In the 2025, you have stayed in that life and you have observed what was happened in your life. Because you know the original answer. Original answer is there, predicted answer is there. Both of them are side by with you only. So you are going to say this is correct, this is wrong. For example, what will happen in the future? The original answer is not with us. That is the reason we are unable to clarify that accuracy. So what is meant by accuracy means very simple point. So here two things are important. First one is, first we have to understand the past properly. Past things we have to predict properly. If you predict the past properly, future is correct. Past only wrong means future is wrong. Point number one. Okay. Second, accuracy means we are going to estimate with everything is called as estimation only. Past also estimation only, future also estimation only. Whatever we have understood, from that understanding, whatever we do is called as estimation or prediction. Okay. Now, so what are the prediction or estimation you are having, which we call it as accuracy. Okay, accuracy. Now this accuracy is nothing but comparing actual values with the predicted values is called as accuracy. Comparing between actual and predicted values is called as accuracy. So actual value you should know, predicted value also you should know. So if I ask the question, what is the answer of 2 plus 5? 2 plus 5. If I ask this question, you are going to tell one answer. You will say one reply. Reply is by you. Something reply you have given. Whether this reply is correct reply or wrong reply, I have to say means first I should know the answer. If I know the answer, I can say your answer is correct or not wrong. I only don't know the answer means. Understood the point? So this reply, what are the answer the students will give, that reply is called as prediction. Prediction or estimation. If I keep the exam right now for you, what are the answers you will write is also called as estimation only, prediction only. In the examination hall, whatever you write, that is from your point of view. For that question, that is the answer. That is from your point of view. Your point of view is correct or wrong. Who knows original answer, that person will do the correction. Who doesn't know the original answer, he cannot do the correction because comparison he cannot do. Points are clear? So this prediction or estimation of the future data based on the past only is called as predictive analytics. And in the AI and ML, both will be happen the same. But this what we require is past is required first. Forget about the future. First past is required. Past, how much properly we have understood. How much accurate we have given in the past. So past data only is having the answers also. Future data will not have the answers. Past will have the answers. Original answers will be available. So original answers are there means comparison can be done. So our modeling and our models, what are the, we are going to try now, everything will be done only on this. Including in this class, I am training what was already invented. What was already available in the projects in the market. What you are going to complete in the future in the companies, that project I don't know, right? You will join in the company TCS, there you will get one new project. That project, whether I'll explain in the class, as it is the same project. Basic simple example. Same project as it is, are we going to discuss in the class? No. If we discuss the same project in the class, none of the company will pay the same money one more time, because already solution is available in this, why to pay the salary. So you are going to work on the new data. That new data, whatever you are going to work, first time you are going to see that and you are able to work that. How it is possible? You have not worked earlier. That type of data set only you have not seen, and you have not worked exactly with that same data, but you are able to work. How it is possible? Based on what are the knowledge we have gained, we are estimating that one. Everything is clear now? So that is with respect to predictive analytics, estimating the future based on the past, and the accuracy has to be done only with the past. What are the data they have given to us? We'll calculate accuracies only on the existing data, not for the future data. Future data, based on this, we have to estimate. So I will tell you what are the steps involved in the project, but later, before to that, here we are having the different types of data. In that data, we are having the first one is called as structured data, and within the structured also, we are having the again two types. Second one is images data, images and videos related. And the third type of data we are having is called as text by audio. These are the three types of data which we are having. Text and audio. Okay. Now first, what are the data we are having here? Structured data. In the structured data, okay, what are the structured data you are having? Inside the structured also we are having the sequential data, non-sequential data. Sequential data. Second one is called as non-sequential data. Okay, first one is called as sequential and non-sequential. Now, what are the sequential data we are having? Okay, within the, what is meant by sequential data first? Order of the records are important. What is the meaning of sequential data? What are the order they have given? Order of the records are important. The order of records are important. You cannot change the order, because there will be connection between one to another. Okay, and majorly it will be dependent on the variable called as time series variable. What is the time series variable, miss? Like, okay, it will have the time series variable will have the importance. In simple words, time series variable will have importance. What is meant by time series variable, miss? A column which is date or date and time, date with the time. That particular column is called as time series data, date or date time. Okay, where that particular column will be important. You cannot delete that. As an important column, you cannot delete that. That column will play the important role. Okay, and where the order of the records are important is called as sequential data. What is meant by non-sequential data, miss? Order of the records are not important. If the order of the records are not important, it is called as non-sequential data. Sequential data, non-sequential data. Okay, now, so here order of the records are important, here order of the records are not important. For sequential data, what are the sequential data we are having? Within the AI, within the structured, that too in the structured AI, here we are going to use the concept called as RNN and LSTM. This is the concept name. RNN means basically recurrent neural networks. Recurrent neural networks. in order to work with the this one, and that we call it as RNN, and along with that LSTM, long short term memory. Which we call it as LSTM. Okay, these are the two algorithms which are used in the
Sequential.
order of the records for sequential structured data, not only sequential structured data, we have to use that word. And in the ML, within the ML, we are having the concept called as time series forecasting. Time series forecasting, and this what are the project is that the project we call it as forecasting project. In simple words, we call it as this project. What are the project is that? The project is called as forecasting project. Project name is forecasting. Forecasting project. And in the time series forecasting, we are having the different models are available in this, where we are having the ARIMA model. These are the algorithm names. AI algorithms, ML algorithms. Which algorithm is best? There is no question. Here, the next point is that one only. How we are having in the data cleaning multiple options. Which option is the best is not there. Similarly, here also there is no best algorithm. If one best algorithm is there, no need to discuss other algorithms with you. I have to directly explain the best algorithm only for you. For every project, one algorithm, if I explain also, I can close the entire course in the next 1 week itself. Here, no need to learn the 20 to 30 algorithms or 40 algorithms, we no need to learn. Why? Because when we know the best algorithm, we'll apply blindly that one only, na? Right? Now coming to the non-sequential or data, we are having the two types of projects are there. Project number one, which is possible, is called as a regression project. The project name is called as a regression. Regression project is there. And second type of project in this, we are having the project 2 is called as classification project. Okay. That too, here again we are having inside the non-sequential data. Again, inside the non-sequential data, only inside the non-sequential, not for sequential. Inside the non-sequential, we are having the first one is called as labeled data. First one is called as labeled. And the second one is called as unlabeled data. Within the non-sequential structured data only, again it is furtherly classified. Again, it is furtherly classified into labeled and unlabeled data. Okay. Now, for unlabeled data, we are having the different projects. What are the different projects for unlabeled data? Means the project number one is called as, within the unlabeled, it is clustering project. We'll discuss all of them one by one. In the sequential order, we'll discuss. First, I'm writing the one by one notes. I'll explain one by one. Second one is called as project 2 is called as association rules. Project 3 is called as recommendation engines. Okay, regression project, classification project, clustering project, association rules project, and recommendation engine project. For labeled data, what are the labeled data is there? For labeled data, we can apply ML and AI. Both of them are applicable. For unlabeled structured data, only ML is applicable. AI is not there. AI is not there. AI algorithms are not applicable on the unlabeled structured data. Okay, it is purely on the ML. Here ML and AI. And within the ML, we are having the various algorithms are available. And within the AI, we are having the concept called as ANN. The name is called as ANN. That is nothing but artificial neural networks. Okay, this is the model or algorithm name, and which we are going to use for the structured plus labeled. What are the types of projects we are having? Two projects. One is classification and one is regression. And for unlabeled, we are having like this ML project. And here we are having the different algorithms. ML algorithms are multiple are there. No need to write right now. So just we are focusing on the AI first. Okay. Now, so coming back, next we are having the image data. What are the images data you are going to work with the images data? What are the images data we are going to have? With the images data, we are going to do the first project is called as image classification project. Image classification project. With the images data, we are going to do two types of projects, out of which the project one is called as image classification project, and which will be done by using exclusively AI. There is no ML. ML cannot be, AI will be applied both on structured and unstructured, but for unstructured data, what is unstructured? This one. The images data, videos data, all these are called as, this is called as structured data, and these are called as unstructured data. These are called as unstructured. And within the unstructured, you are having the first one is called as images and videos. In that images related, this is the project, that is image classification. For image data related, and for image classification project, we are going to use AI, and within the AI, we are going to use the CNN, that is called as convolution neural networks. Convolutional neural networks. And there is again second project is there within the images, the project number 2, which we call it as object detection. Object detection project. This is my second project within the AI. And in the within the AI, we are going to use the concept. This is also done by using AI only, and this concept is done by using the computer vision. Computer vision. Okay. Next, we are having the third next project related to videos, video data. For video data, we are having the one project called as, the project is, what we are going to work is called as object detection. So object detection will be done both on images and along with the videos. Object detection project, and this is done by using the AI. This is done by using the AI, and this is also done by using the computer vision. Okay, now coming to the text. Now within the text and audio. So here, what are the audio data is there? The audio data has to be converted to text only. To be converted to text. Then only it can be processed. Without converting to text, it cannot be processed. Every audio file, any audio file, whether it belongs to whatever the type of project, it has to be done. Okay, so here it has to be done to the text, and then only it can be worked. Now within the text also, we are having the first one is called as non-sequential text data. Non-sequential text data means, already I told you. What is meant by non-sequential? Order of the records are not important. Here order of the words are not important. Okay, non-sequential data. For non-sequential data, we are having the project is called as first project number 1, text classification project. And this project is applicable for the non-sequential data. And project number 2, second type of project we are having is called as text clustering project. Right? Now, when it comes to the sequential data, text sequential data. In the text, what are the sequential data you are going to have? That only we call it as, that project only we call it as generative AI, chatbot projects. Here is the our exact verb. Sequential means the order of the imports are important. Okay, these are the different types of data and different projects which we are having. Okay, for sequential data we can do, for non-sequential data we can do text, even text clustering also not required, text classification is okay. And here we are having that these are the different projects which we are going to do. Okay, so different projects for different types of data. First, let us complete the structure. So by end of next week, we'll complete the structure within the structure of AI. Structured is a very big one. Unstructured is also simultaneously big one. Both of them are very more number of algorithms and more number of concepts are involved in the both of them. Now, first I'll focus on the structured. For structured data, as I've told you earlier, it can be applied both on the by using the AI and ML. AI is there along with the ML also can be applied for both of them. AI is applicable, ML is also applicable. When it comes to the unstructured data, it is purely AI driven. It is purely AI driven. Is the point is clear? Here also we are going to do this project from AI only. This single project, whatever we are having, this is AI only by using the NLP. That is nothing but natural language processing. Natural language processing. Okay, guys. So we are going to work in this way. Now, first, if you observe our order of learning, what are the next? I'm going to write here order of the learning, and from that we'll move on to the subject. So here, our order of learning for weekdays. For weekdays, I'm writing. Okay. So here we are going to learn the on weekdays. On weekdays, that is exclusively from Monday to Friday. On weekdays, whatever we are going to have. First, here total 3 things we are going to learn. That is first one is artificial intelligence, that is AI. Second one is Gen AI, generative AI. And the third one is agentic AI. Total 3 things we are going to learn. Right? Now, in these 3, first in the AI, we are going to learn the order of learning is first one is within this one, ANN. We'll start with the ANN. Okay, which is used to work with the structured, already if you have written here clearly, which is used for the structured non-sequential data, that is ANN. Okay, first I'll complete the ANN. After completing the ANN, second, we'll move on to the second one is called as RNN and LSTL. After completing this one, we'll move on to the CNN. And fourth one, we are going to learn the CV, that is computer vision. That is, these 2 are structured, these 2 are images related. Then finally, we'll enter into the last one of NLP. So total 5 things we are going to learn like this. right? One these neural networks, NN, wherever NN is there, neural networks. Thus, neural networks only we call it as deep learning. These three concepts are called as deep learning concepts. Deep learning, DL. Okay, and it's a combination of a DL plus CV plus NLP. It's a combination of DL, CV, and NLP is only your AI basically. In that DL, what is DL? If you want again, DL means deep learning. Within the deep learning, ANN, RNN, and CNN. These three are the deep learning. And second one, we are having the computer vision, that is CV, followed by NLP, like this. These three are part of deep learning. Right? So first we'll complete these three from here to here. It will take for us another 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, we'll complete this. It is going to take the 2 weeks of time. For the next 2 weeks, we are going to complete this one. Now, once we completed this one, sir, what is the reason of learning this one for Gen AI is? Now, in the Gen AI, the first concept is text. Where you will learn the text? In the NLP. Inside the NLP, you will learn that text here. So that text only will be used here. A text plus LSTM concept. A text plus LSTM concept, that is, here you are going to learn the LSTM. What is LSTM? LSTM is long short-term memory, which is used for the sequential data. Sequential plus text. Okay, it's a combination of sequential text, and here you are going to have the encoder concept. Encoder concept you have to understand is that you have to understand. Sir, why I have to understand encoder, sir? What is the reason of learning encoder? If you learn the encoder, okay, from encoder, you will understand the decoders. Otherwise, you will not understand what is decoder. What is the use of learning encoder, decoder, sir? Miss? Then you can understand the auto encoders. After learning auto encoders, from there, you are going to learn what is meant by attention. Otherwise, you will not understand. If you don't know what is meant by attention, you don't know what is meant by transformer. Transformer, if you don't understand, you don't understand the GPT, that is generative pre-trained transformer. Okay, your chat GPT in that GPT is there, right? That is nothing but generative pre-trained or predefined transformer. That is nothing but we call it as GPT. If you understand GPT only, you will finally end with the LLM models. Right? Why LLM models, miss? That is only complete Gen AI. Gen AI means only LLM model means Gen AI. You have to use the LLM models and you have to understand the concept behind the LLM models, miss. What you should understand? These are the things you have to understand. For these things, what you should know? Encoder, you have basically, this is our requirement, guys. Where our work? This is our work. Exactly in the company, we are going to do this one. Exactly in the company, this is the work we are going to do. Based on LLM models only, remaining concepts. Sir, okay, LLM models, what is the relation with the agentic? Agent is there, means LLM model is there. Without LLM model, there is no one, even a single agent. Agent means only LLM model, integration. What are the LLM model you consider in the entire, agent, what are the entire agent you consider in the entire world? Agent is there, means LLM model is there in the backend. You don't know what is LLM model, how it works, and what is the code behind that, and anything we don't know. Points are clear? Again, I am saying, to explain one pandas, I have explained core Python onwards. Without learning the core Python, without learning the anything, sir, day one itself can we learn the pandas. Now tell me guys, how many in this class are feeling that day one itself I can learn the pandas without having the knowledge on NumPy, without having the knowledge on for loops, what is meant by functions, what is meant by modules, without having anything. Just blindly p.data frame. Data frame is it is a function. Inside the function, brackets is called as dictionary. Like that, if I start explaining from the day one for you. without knowing what is meant by dictionary, what is meant by nested list, what is nested indexing. That every one concept in one example. If you learn in that way, in the pandas, just open your pandas. First one is import pandas as PD will be there. I will first assume this is our first class. I say that this is pandas module. In the Python, pandas module has to be imported like this. Import pandas as PD. If I say like that, you will also write in the notes. But what is module? Why SAR is using that word module? And what is meant by inside the module? What will be there? Next, I will tell you PD dot series. PD dot series means, and inside the series you have to give the bracket 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, bracket is saying why we have to use bracket only. If I have to explain like that, one by one, inside the pandas only, if I explain the entire core Python, how it will be looking like, and from core Python basics, once you come into the pandas, how it will be. What is the difference between both of them? Just you have to understand. In the similar manner, exactly this is my work, right? So for my work, directly if I enter into the LLM model, directly if I want, I can show you one project also. I say that this is the model and this is the one, this is the work and this is the final we are going to do and this is the project. Write in the notes and write in the resumes. It is going to be a copy paste work, simple. And that type of things only we have to done means GenAI can be completed even in the 1 week also. Like in YouTube, will have full GenAI course in 10 hours, right? That type of video will be completed. Is the points are clear? So this order we are going to understand. That is the order of learning. And in the encoder, we are going to have the text. Text has to be vectorized. What is text vectorization? You will understand in the NLP. And along with the text vectorization plus LSTM. Sir, okay, then you can explain only text and LSTM now. Why all these things for us? To understand LSTM, in the LSTM, we require the ANN. The prerequisite of LSTM is neural network. So, minimum neural network is guaranteed. This is compulsory, mandate. This is connection to that. Okay. Now, you can exempt only with the CNN and CV. You can separate that. Because when you are working with purely chatbots or text or something, you can ignore that. But, sir, I want to generate the new images. You don't know what is meant by image only. In the image, how the image will be read. What is meant by 2D array? And I mean, 2D array means images point of. What is pixel? What is pixel intensity? How the pixels and how these array values will be converted as an image. A number will be converted to image will be converted to number. You don't know that one. Then how you will generate in the generative AI images a new image? You want to generate. What generally will generate? Either text will generate, image will generate, video will be generated, audio will be generated. Other than these four, what you will generate? You will generate only 4. Other than this, nothing will be generated. Generate means creating. If I ask you to draw the cat diagram, everyone draw one cat diagram in your notes. Draw. Draw. Right now, draw. One small cat diagram in the last rough page. Just draw one cat diagram. Just in 1 minute, just you draw roughly. Don't worry, no need to show me to me. I will also not see. Just you draw. Done? Now your brain is called as LLM model. Whatever I asked you, what I asked, draw a cat image. That is called as prompt. Your brain, you have drawn, you generated. That is only called as generative AI, basically. That is generative AI, basically. Your brain was trained with the cat images. What are the cat image you have drawn in your paper now? Have you seen in your entire life that image? Have you in anywhere have you seen, at least in the BBC channel? At least in the cartoon, CN channel? No, right? A new variety diagram you may draw. Okay, that diagram will be available only for you. That too in your mind only it will be there. And no person in this class will draw the same diagram as this. Two students will not draw the same diagram. So the same concept of LLM models. LLM models are trained with the data. Now, if you ask the Gemini, create one cat image, means it will create one cat image. If you ask ChatGPT, means it will create one one cat image. That cat image, this cat image will not be same. But our question will remain same. Draw a cat image. Infinite images are there. You can draw different colors of cat images. Now, if I type in front of you, draw a cat image, means what are the output it has given? Second time, same output it will give. At least you can draw in the second time tomorrow the same cat diagram. Forget tomorrow. Now can you draw without seeing that one? Go to another page and draw the same diagram. Point is clear? So basically our brain is LLM model trained with a large amount of data. And whatever we have got trained with that data, we are generating the new content for the given prompt. Prompt is what are the question. Okay, so LLM models will work in that way, basically. Right? It was trained already. And how to create all these LLM models and how everything will be done in the sequential order, you'll understand. And this will take 2 weeks of time for us to understand the concepts of this one. 2 weeks we are going to do some projects. In the next 2 weeks, we are going to do some few projects. After the 2 weeks are completed, then we'll move on to this one. And this will take theoretical part of 1 week. Practical part will take 3 weeks. So only theory, no practical. Only theory will be there for 1 week. After that, only practical will be there without theory. That is for 3 weeks. Of course, slightly theory will come, like in the entire Python. Till now, from the day one, how many theory classes we have completed till now from the day one? Without 1 day of opening the Python, did we had any one class till now? Not even one class till now, right? Like that, from here we are going to have the for next 3 weeks. After this. Okay? So in the same way, now it is clear now? And what is the importance you have to learn is also clear, right? So basically we are learning the neural network first. With that neural network, we are learning the LSTM. With that LSTM, we are going to imply on the text. And that text will be implied here. This is the order. Right? Simultaneously, we are going to do with the different projects are there, right? In the ML, the additional projects are there, which are exclusively possible in the ML only. That projects are not possible in the AI. And some projects can be done both in AI and ML. So we are going to learn like that. Clear, guys? Everyone has got a rough idea about what we are going to learn. Next, please don't ask internal concepts in generative LLM models automatically. According to the LLM models, we are going to learn the LangChain, LangSer, RAG models, that one, this one. I'm not discussing the internal concepts here. For at least 2 weeks, next 2 weeks, I have told you, right? For GenAI and Agentic AI, when it comes, I'll again tell you what are the concepts. But this is the order which we are going to learn, and that is the importance of learning. For pandas, how we have learned the core Python to end it with the pandas. For learning LLM models, we are starting now. Okay, this is the base class for our LLM models understanding. Is the points clear? Now, yes, we are going to do the multiple projects. So how we are having that various projects from the AI, we are going to do the multiple projects from the GenAI, multiple projects from the Agentic AI. Done. Coming back to the structured data. As I've told you, structured data, in that sequential is there and non-sequential is there. Two things are there. Done. Now, within the non-sequential structured data, sequential structured data. For sequential structured data, the project is fixed, which is called as forecasting project. Now, for non-sequential structured data, it's subdivided into 2 parts. First one is called as labeled data. Second one is called as unlabeled data. Now, what is meant by labeled data? label data means what you want to estimate. Something you are going to estimate, right? What you are going to estimate, that we call it as output variable. So first here we have to understand the few things. Structured data means, what is meant by structured data? Structured data means tabular data, where it has the columns which are called as futures or variables, right? It is called as variables. Now in this types of variables, we are having the two types of variables are there. Okay, in that first one is called as, okay, types of variables. In that we are having the input variables, and the second one is called as output variable. Now what is meant by output variable? Output variable means output column. What you are going to predict, what you have to predict, that we call it as output variable. Sir, how to know which one we have to predict? That is only business problem now. First we have to understand the business problem. In the business problem, they will tell you what you have to predict, what is the exact work you have to do, and everything will be in the business problem. So from the business problem, first you are going to understand, okay, first you are going to understand the what you are going to predict. Okay, so now for output variable, what you have to predict. So whatever you have to predict in the output variable, whatever you have to predict is called as output variable. On what it depends, on what it depends is called as independent variables, or they are called as input variables. On what it depends, on what output depends, your output depends. Is the point is clear? Your output variable and the name of output variable is also called as dependent variable, because it will be dependent. Okay, dependent variable. Your output variable is also called as dependent variable, and whereas input variables are called as independent variables. Okay, independent variables and dependent variable. Now, so here what you have to predict is called as output variable. Now, for example, you have to estimate the sales. Estimate the sales based on the how much amount we have spent on the TV, radio, and newspaper. You have to estimate the sales. Now tell me which is output variable in this. Sales is the output variable. Whatever you have to predict, that is the output variable. If I ask you to estimate the car price based on the kilometers driven, year of the age, whether it has insurance or not, and type of the car and type of the model, company, and all these things are there. I am asking you to estimate the car price. Now, what is the output variable in this case? Car price will be the output variable. Whether the person is having the cancer or not, you have to predict the cancer or not based on the what are the cancer related values will be there, right? So test parameters. What are the parameters are there? Based on that, you have to estimate whether the person is having the cancer or not. Now, what is the output variable in this? Predicting the cancer, yes or no. So like that, what are the variable you are going to predict? That we call it as output variable. Remaining all of them are called as input variables. Other than output variable, remaining all of them. How many are there? Everything. Every one of them are called as. So how many output variables can be there? Maximum how many output variables can be there? Only one. It can be only one. It cannot be more than one. Only one. One and only will be there. Whereas input variables can be minimum 1 to infinite. No restriction. So our number of input variables will be 1 to infinity. Whereas your output variables, number of output variables is equal to either 0 or 1. What is 0 or 1 means? Now here the point. In the given data set, if output variable is available, if output variable is available, is available, if output variable is available, it is called as labeled data. That is only called as labeled data. Output variable, whatever you want to predict, that column is available or not available. That column is available means it is called as labeled data. If that column only not there in the given data set, whatever you want to predict, but that is not available in the given data set, if no output variable, there is no output variable, then it is called as unlabeled data. Labeled, unlabeled. Is the point is clear? Labeled versus unlabeled. Right? So it is called as unlabeled data set. In the given data set, if no output variable is available, it is called as unlabeled data. If it is having output variable, it is called as labeled. Now, in the labeled only, again we are having the two types. Within the labeled, again, two types are there. What are the output variable? If output variable, inside the labeled data, if output variable is numerical column, it is called as a regression project. Like you are going to estimate the sales, estimating the car price, house price, salary, all these called as regression projects. If output is categorical, if output variable is categorical, that is categories. If your output is categorical, which is categorical, inside the categorical, what will be there? Classes or categories will be there. So generally in the categorical variable, what we call it as categories. Each unique value is called as each category. In ML, we call it as each unique value as each class. What it is called as? Each class. The word category called as class. So that is the reason it is called as classification project. So we are going to estimate the class. Here we are going to estimate the number. Estimating the class, estimating the number. And these two has to be done only for the label data, that too for structured data. So you have to observe the data clearly. A non-sequential structured with a non-sequential plus first structured data. Inside the structured data, it is a non-sequential plus labeled. It is labeled plus output is numeric. Output is numeric. Then finally that project will call it as a regression project. Understood? Which is called as regression project. It should be structured first. For that structured non-sequential only. Sequential means it is not called as regression. In this, any one of them is missing also, it is not called as regression only. All the criteria should be met. Structured plus non-sequential plus output variable should be available. That too, that output should be numeric only. Okay. Structured plus non-sequential plus labeled plus output is categorical. What is this project is called as? Classification project. So by observing the data, we have to conclude what type of project it is. Business problem plus data. Both of them. Business problem along with the data. Both of them we are going to observe. Next, structured. Next one is structured, non-sequential, labeled, unlabeled. Labeled means, obviously labeled means one output variable only will be there. That output either will be numeric or categorical. That is only option. Okay. Directly now if you are moving into the unlabeled, it is unlabeled. Unlabeled means output variable only not available. Now it is called as It can be either classification, clustering, association rules, and recommendation engines. Three of them. Earlier you have written, right? Go back. So for unlabeled data means no output variable is available. Then which of the projects are applicable? Clustering project, association rule, and recommendation engine projects. These are the projects which are applied. Is the point is clear? For unlabeled data, these are the projects. Now, structured plus, forget about the unlabeled also. Directly I'm going to have the sequential only. Then what type of project it is called as? Sequential. In this it is called as forecasting project.
So, yeah.
Sir, in the sequential, okay, sequential is there. For sequential data, it is labeled unlabeled. Basically, it is labeled. It is also labeled only. Sir, in labeled is there means obviously output variable is available. Then output, which type of output it is? Output is again numeric only. In this output is also numeric only. Sir, if I want to predict, okay, structured plus sequential plus labeled plus output should be categorical. Output is categorical. Then what is that project is called as? There is no project for that. No that type of projects. No projects are available for this example. In the sequential order, we are not going to predict the class. In the sequential order, we are not going to predict the class. We will only predict the number. Based on, for example, yesterday, day before yesterday, and you are having the last 3 days, you are having the temperature, some temperature values are there. And based on that, what is the tomorrow's temperature? If you ask, we can predict the temperature. But we are not going to predict the classes. So there is no projects related to that. So simply to say, that is the reason we call it as for structured sequential data, only one project. Okay, there is no project for the output variable categorical with the sequential order. Clear guys? And with the sequential order, unlabeled is also not there. Okay, sequential unlabeled also no project is available. Sequential plus unlabeled. Unlabeled means no output variable. For that one also there is no projects. No projects, no concept, no real examples also will not be there. No real examples, not in our course projects. Reality only, there is no something. Structured data plus non-sequential unlabeled. Projects are clustering, association rules, and recommendation engines. Clear guys, everyone? Understood guys? For type of the data and what is the exact question they asked for us, and from that we have to conclude the project. And what are the project we have identified for that particular project, algorithms are applicable. One algorithm will not be applicable for others, other algorithms will not be applicable for this. Up to here everyone is clear? Now we'll move on to the regression and classification one by one. And here I told a small thing, that is this entire these three concepts. What are the time it is going to take? I told you 2 weeks now. It is not 2 weeks. Please modify this one to 3 weeks. It will take 3 weeks. It is not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I have to explain ANN exclusively. ANN only will take the 7 to 8 days. Because in that regression is there, classification is there, in that various evaluation metrics are there, so many things are there. Now, once I explain this one very clearly, then only ML will be taking less amount of time. Otherwise, ML cannot be completed in the 8 into 3, 24 hours. There it will take that 40 hours. So in the ML, what are the main content is that one also will be covered here only. Point understood? Done. We'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow means Monday. Sorry, my mistake. Monday. Next class is on Monday at